How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. I hope it's gorgeous, just like it is here in Plano, Texas. Still see the moon. The sky is so clear. Not a cloud in the sky. And I am, well, I'm not home alone. I've got the kids, but my wife is gone. Really, all that means is I get to play video games at night if I want to. And if I can get my schoolwork done in time. I don't really get to go do a whole bunch of extra stuff because, of course, like I said, I've got the kids with me. But I am in the process of making plans, which was sort of what this podcast would be about. Little mental notes to myself. So I'm going to try to get a bunch of the laundry done, try to get the house cleaned up, try to get caught up on Lagrange multipliers. No, Laplace transformations. Laplace transformations, which is a method of solving a differential equation, which nobody cares about. And then I'm going to start working on electromagnetic fields for physics. Make sure I'm good on that. I know I haven't done a podcast in a while. I was expecting to do one on Wednesday with my buddy Taylor. He was going to come over, tell us about his engagement, but we got caught up with making dinner, and then we watched the debates, which were like, ugh. They were so boring. It was good hanging out with a buddy, but the debates were just, Donald Trump had it, and again, not that I'm rooting for him, but I just, when you see so many openings, there's so many things that he could say. There's so many quick one-liners that he could just drop, and her too. There's so many things that she could say. Not that it's necessary because she's going to win anyway, apparently. But it's just frustrating. You're like, why don't you bring up this? Why don't you bring up, all these other things that, whenever they're queued up in your head by what they're talking about, they seem like the obvious thing to say if you had, prepared for a debate in any way, which apparently he's not. I've been, because I've been off of Facebook, I've been way less connected with what's been going on with the whole campaign and the elections and politics in general. And oh my God, it feels good, but we'll talk more about that in a little while. So I didn't really know. I found that out on one of the Young Turks videos, that apparently, like, Roger Ailes even just left his campaign because he refused to prepare for the third debate. Even though, I don't know, a lot of people say that he lost the first two. I think that he lost the first one, probably won the second one. Yeah, I don't know if maybe, and but definitely lost this third one. He got trounced and looked like a fool the whole time, in my opinion. And so I'm pretty sure that that's going to mean a Clinton presidency. I think that he would have had to just destroy her in that last debate to even have a chance. And since he didn't do that, I really don't think he has one. But, all right, that's enough about that. So anyway, we didn't do a podcast because we started watching the debates, and I didn't even get to hear. He still didn't even tell me because I wanted him to tell me here for the first time on the podcast. So I still didn't get to hear the engagement story. But so hopefully we'll get Taylor back sometime this week, or maybe this weekend, and we'll get that story out. So I apologize for my absence, but I also had midterms and stuff like that. They went okay. Not great, but, just onward and upward, I guess. Really quick turnaround for test and differential equation. Have another test in 2 weeks. Just had one. We haven't even gotten our last test back yet. So actually, I don't actually know how that went, but I'm nervous about it. I don't know. Like I went into the test like really feeling like I knew everything, and then I don't know. I freak out when I take tests, and I make silly, stupid mistakes. And I have yet to figure out how to avoid those. Even when I go really carefully over my work, it just seemed like once I have that sort of idea, like, and I go to check my work, I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing a good enough job. Maybe I got an A on the test. I don't know. Stop bothering me about it. Anyway, so hopefully I'll be back at this a little bit. All right, another thing when I get done. We said laundry. We said cleaning the kitchen. I got to mow this grass. I got to call my grandma. She gave me the lawnmower. And so I try to call her whenever I mow the grass. It's a good reminder. And I don't know, I might try to pick up this garage a little bit. But anyway, let me see. Wait, hold on one second. All right, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Probably won't even be a gap for you, though. It's not like you were waiting around. So anyway, like I was saying, the wife is out of town. She went up to her best friend's wedding, Miss Katie Berger. I hope I'm saying that right. I always feel like I'm getting it wrong. I don't know what her new name is going to be. I don't know if she's taking the gentleman's name or if he's doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to take my wife's last name. Her maiden name is Binge. And so I would have been Jimmy Binge, which to me always seemed like an awesome name. But she wanted to be a Tedder. I don't really know why. I'm not really, even close to any of the other Tedders, if there are any. And it's a silly name that everybody mispronounces. And Binge is a great last name. I could have been a rock star. If I do become a stand-up comedian, Jimmy Binge may be, in fact, that may end up being my stage name, if it has to be. Because no one wants to say Tedder. And people say Teeter all the time, when I'm coming on stage. That's not good, I already got Jimmy. That's enough of a name to deal with. So I said I was going to talk about not being on Facebook, which, like I said previously, is a total absence of social media. I have had to get online because I've had some issues to deal with some packages that were being sent to me from overseas for some models. I just found part of my airbrush that I've been looking for. That's handy. And so I have been on a little bit, but I have not liked or commented or gotten into any arguments. Maybe one argument was somebody who was trying to call me a coward or something because of something I said about voting your conscience, which, I think you should do. I think when you go to the polls on November 8th, that you should look and not vote for who you think is going to win, or not vote against who you want to lose. Vote for the person who you think that'll do the best job. If that's Hillary Clinton, if that's Donald Trump, if it's Jill Stein, if you're going to write in Bernie Sanders, or if you like Gary Johnson, whatever you want to do, I think that everybody should just go and vote who they vote for who they want to vote for, and I think that we'd have a better world if we did that instead of pretending like one monster is less scary than the other or more scary. So anyway, with my time off Facebook, I've got to say, guys, it's been great. I've gotten a lot done. I've been working on this tank. I'm painting for a guy here in the community. It's this big, gigantic Space Marine tank. It looks really pretty. I think he's given it to someone as a gift. And so I've really been excited. I don't know. I always like to imagine when I'm painting stuff like that. This person, they get to see this, this model that, I don't know if the guy knows that it's coming or, I don't know. I don't know really how it's going to go, but in my head, somebody gets to see a model that they've never seen. And I feel like I did a pretty good job painting it so far. If my previous work is any indication, I think that it'll come out okay. So, got about 5 minutes left here. So, we got that done. Been keeping up with schoolwork a little bit better. And spending time with the kids. We've been reading some Lord of the Rings. We played through a round of Warhammer Quest, which is an adventure card game. No models or anything like that. And it's a cooperative game. So, Audrey and Jacob, my kids, they sat down at the table. Like, we all got to, the characters are all kind of predefined. And so then you just, roll some dice. Monsters come out. You decide how to fight them. Who's the party leader? Rotates every turn. Everybody gets to be in charge. And we get to work with the kids. That's really what I wanted when we got the game, is we get to work with the kids because, they're too young to really be able to reliably read and understand, rules and understand like the syntax, like of how game rules are written specifically. So so it's nice because we can all work together, and it's really, it's fun. We put on some like dungeon crawling music on YouTube, and it was all spooky, and we had a great time. So it's nice. I haven't really been playing any video games for a while since the Warhammer, whatever the PC one is, Total War Warhammer came out. I played that for like a week, and then that's been it. So that's it. I've been just getting a lot done, hanging out with the wife while she's been around. Before she left, she doesn't come back till Monday. So I really I'm acting like, oh, I've got all this free time, but really all this means is I've got to do all the work that she normally does, which is most of it, and the work that I do, which admittedly is not that much, but, and then my schoolwork piles on top of that as well. So this weekend may not be as much fun as like I have built up in my head, but I think the kids and I are going to go see a movie. I definitely don't want to pay money to see Ghostbusters. Hopefully there's something else out that they want to go watch. I don't know. Secret Life of Pets looks funny. I'll probably let them pick though. But they're going to pick Ghostbusters. I don't want to watch Ghostbusters. It just doesn't look funny. Like the first time I saw the preview, like the original Ghostbusters movie, like the humor was subtle, and every character like played a part. This movie doesn't look like that. It doesn't, and it really doesn't have anything to do with them being women. It's that it doesn't look like they differentiated the characters in any way. It's just you have, 5 goofy ass women like hurting themselves over and over, and that's how it looked in the previews anyway. I don't know. So I don't know why I'm even bothering talking about it. Oh, so I just made some friends. I passed by, and some guys on the street were changing a tire, or they looked like they were working on something, so I stopped to see if they needed any tools, because I've got a bunch. And they, in fact, did. They needed a jack, because their jack wasn't working, so I went and got my big, heavy-duty, I don't know what you call these things, garage jack, 1 1/4 ton. Anyway, picked their Suburban up, got their tire changed, and so that was pretty cool. So I got to chat with them for a little bit. I got to start watching football though. Like I hate it. I have no interest in it. But like I always meet, like these seem like really cool guys. But they're like, hey, you watch football? And I'm just like, no, I'm sorry. I don't really understand what's going on with, I get the idea that you throw a ball, you're trying to get to the other end, but I don't know, like the games take so long. I'd rather play a game. I'd rather go play a game than to sit around and watch other people play a game for that long. Like if it wasn't like the commercials, and it should really only last an hour, right? It's 4 15-minute quarters, but they last like 3 or 4 hours. And it's all because the commercials and the timeouts and the shows and it's just, it's too much for me. It's too much for me. So no, I take it back. I'm not going to do it. I guess I'll just, die alone. Or, well, not alone. Hopefully, have my wife and kids and stuff not keep me company. But I don't know. I don't know how you get into football if you're 36 or 35 and have never done it. But it is a bit of a bummer. And even when I used to bartend, it was always frustrating because they really expect a bartender to be able to talk about football. Especially the Sunday morning bartender when all the football's on. I literally would never have any idea, and I would just hide from my clients so that they wouldn't talk to me about it because it was, if you tell people you don't like football in Texas, it's just they don't know what to do with you. Like they're just like, well, okay, I'm done with you. All right, well, it looks like I'm about done here, guys. It's been great getting back at this. I have to be honest, I'm nervous every time. It's like going on stage, but all I'm really doing is walking around my garage. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. It was a lot of me rambling. I'll try to get back to some more focused stuff. I want to talk about parenting. I want to... Oh, no, that's it. Anyway, I want to talk about some other things, but I've only got 10 seconds, so have a great weekend. Enjoy the blue skies, and I love you all. Bye.